Welcome to this Knights of Columbus training program, and thank you for your commitment to the Knights of Columbus, and through our order, to those most in need. As a brother knight, you already know how important it is to make a difference in your parish and your community. This program is designed to give you the tools to take your council and its good works to even greater heights. These modules will help you identify and help those most in need, work more effectively in your parish and community, strengthen the faith of your brother knights and their families, protect the financial future of Catholic families, and attract the new members who will strengthen your council. In other words, what you need to make your council as successful as it can be. Each year, the Knights of Columbus touches the lives of millions of people. We are proud of that record of service, but we must also remember that there are still millions more who need our help. That's why we have developed these training modules, to help prepare you and your council for even greater success. Active councils are growing councils, and growing councils have the manpower to be even more active in the service of their neighbors. How we answer the call to charitable action depends on two things. First, how we work with our brother knights in each council, and second, our ability to bring even more men into our ranks. When I became Supreme Knight, I said we have a moral obligation to offer every eligible Catholic man the opportunity of membership in the Knights of Columbus. By doing this, we will strengthen the vitality of our councils. We will build a greater future for our order. We will brighten the lives of so many who need our help, and we will better the lives of our new brother knights. With each new member, we can do even more good, while giving our new brother knights the opportunity to grow in their faith. But our principles are just words if we do not live them out. And so I want to thank you for your service and for wanting to make that service even more effective. Let us redouble our efforts as knights, as men of faith, and as men of action based on that faith. Together we can write a new chapter in the history of the Knights of Columbus, and we can be even more faithful to the vision of Father McGivney while we continue to pray for the day of his canonization. Through his intercession, may we live out charity to our neighbor, in unity with our church, working together in a spirit of fraternity. Vivat Jesus.
Hi, I'm Gary Nolan, Vice President of Fraternal Training and Ceremonials. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to invite a man to join your council and how to make sure every man in your parish is given the opportunity to join the Knights of Columbus. In the year 2000, at the beginning of his service as our Supreme Knight, Carl Anderson said, "We have a moral obligation to invite every eligible Catholic man to join the Knights of Columbus." That obligation continues today. When we asked members why they waited so long to join, all too often the answer was, "Nobody ever asked me." With the right recruitment strategy in place, your council will ensure that every candidate in your parish has the opportunity to join. As a result, your council will begin doubling and even tripling its charitable impact in your parish and community. As knights, we know that membership in the order is life-changing for us and those we help. When it comes to the benefits of joining our ranks, the opportunity to give back while growing in faith and protecting our family's financial future is just the tip of the iceberg. More importantly, Knights of Columbus members are uniquely positioned to bring hope to individuals in our communities through our works of charity rooted in our faith. And in these times, much more hope is needed, and each council needs as many hands, hearts, and minds as possible to do more to meet the increasing need. This is why council growth is so important. In this training session, we will examine 4 methods you can use to identify prospective members and outline the most effective ways to invite men to join your council. You may be familiar with a few of these strategies. There are other creative ways to invite new members in a warm and welcoming way, like transforming your council into a welcoming committee for your parish and partnering with your pastor and field agent to gain support and expertise. Traditionally, a council has identified prospective members using two strategies: church drives and open houses. So let's take a look at a successful church drive. A member speaks at Mass about the benefits of membership and his family's experience in the Knights of Columbus. The pastor acknowledges the service of the Knights to his parish and encourages men to join your council. After Mass, members distribute promotional literature and collect contact information cards. What's important to remember is that church drives are meant for collecting contact information and compiling a list of prospective members. After Mass, parishioners are often in a rush to get home. Standing near the doorway as people leave is a convenient way to distribute promotional literature, but it's not necessarily the right time and place to have a meaningful conversation about joining the order. It's a good idea to have membership documents ready, but remember that your goal at the doorway should be to get their contact information and to follow up within a couple of days. Now, let's take a look at the successful open house. The council offers prospective candidates an open invitation to a meeting or social event in order to give them an opportunity to meet council members in a relaxed environment. This setting gives the recruiter and the candidate a better opportunity for a personal conversation. The most successful open house will have both the chaplain and the field agent involved. Typically, one or more of our promotional videos are shown. Key council officers will relate successful programs and activities of the council, and one or more members tell their Knights of Columbus story. This is followed by a question and answer session. To maintain the momentum with your prospects, make sure your council plans a charitable service activity for the week following your church drive or open house. In this way, you can invite them and their families to join in the activity for just an hour or so. This invitation will allow your prospect to experience the fraternal and charitable mission of the order firsthand without any strings attached. With this fraternal experience, the prospect will likely approach his recruiter and ask, "So how do I join?" To learn more about the step-by-step process to plan a successful church drive or open house, please consult the Guide to Recruiting Success, Conducting a Membership Drive, which you can download from our website at kfc.org/drive or order from the supply department. And remember that your field agent is a great resource for tips and tools for successful council recruiting campaigns. Church drives and open houses are important because they provide a formal opportunity for men to approach the Knights of Columbus and learn about the benefits of membership. However, there are other ways to identify candidates for membership. Your council can actively identify prospective members by working closely with your pastor and your field agent and by tapping into the personal networks of your members. With the help of your pastor, assemble a list of men in the parish who are eligible for membership in the Knights of Columbus. Keep in mind that the recommendation of your chaplain or pastor will carry great weight. Your chaplain is likely to be the most effective proposer by identifying promising candidates and personally inviting these men to join your council. Once you have your list, assign the most promising candidates to specific members of your council based on prior friendships and shared interests. For example, if Peter and Paul are co-workers, Peter should be asked to invite Paul. If Bill and Bob are fishing buddies, Bill should invite Bob to join your council. More often than not, a man joins the Knights of Columbus because someone he knows and respects has asked him to join. The key here is to get as many members of your council involved in recruitment. When the recruiter and the prospective member already know each other, the recruiter will feel more comfortable about asking the candidate to join, and his invitation will be more compelling. In turn, the candidate will also be more receptive to the invitation, since it is personal and it comes from someone he already knows and respects. Lastly, your council can also expand its list of prospective members by serving as a welcoming committee for your parish. Just as the Knights of Columbus should be the center of charity for your parish, your council should also be the center of hospitality. Working with your pastor, compile a list of parishioners, noting recent achievements, major life events, or reception of the Holy Sacraments. In particular, reach out to individuals or families that have recently registered with the parish. On behalf of the council, your Grand Knight should send a welcome letter and perhaps a small gift. Has a couple recently been married in your church? Consider sending a card and a Holy Family icon, or a small gift from the couple's wedding registry. RCIA graduates may be looking for the right opportunity to become active parishioners. If a couple has recently baptized their newborn child, it could be the perfect time to introduce them to the fraternal benefits of our order. If your parish has a parochial school, your council needs to be an active and visible resource. This way it becomes easy to reach out to the students' parents, especially those whose children are preparing for First Communion or confirmation. Consider empty nesters and recent retirees who may have additional time to contribute to your parish. The point is to show members of your parish community that they are valued and welcomed, that your council is a hub for like-minded Catholics, and that the Knights of Columbus is here to support them. A personal gesture like this does take a little extra effort, but it will bear great fruit for your council. It will leave a favorable impression and make a man more likely to say yes when he is invited to join the order. The most important thing to remember is that when you recruit a man into the Knights of Columbus, you're building a fraternal relationship, not just completing a transaction. To successfully recruit and retain a new member, your council has to take a personal interest in each and every member and his family. When a council is welcoming and caring, its members are members for life, and those members invite others to join. Some of the best prospective members are those that say, "I'm too busy to join," or "I don't have the time." This is your chance to break down the myth that membership in the Knights of Columbus involves an enormous time commitment. Simply explain that he and his family can decide how and when they want to contribute to council activities. Remember, the personal benefits from helping another person in need far outweigh the personal time investment. Just an hour here or an hour there. Most people can find time to volunteer for an hour or two at a community blood drive, or help out at a local soup kitchen a couple of times a year. In return, that individual is making a positive impact in his community, while setting a powerful example for his entire family. No man is too busy to live his faith and to be a Knight of Columbus. Let's review. We've discussed 4 different methods for identifying prospects for membership in your council. Church drives allow you to speak to assembled parishioners at Mass and to gather their contact information. Open houses allow you to answer the questions of prospective members and their families in a relaxed environment and provide the perfect setting to invite these men to experience charity in action firsthand. In addition to these events, your pastor, field agent, and other members of your council can help identify prospective members. These candidates should be assigned to specific council members based on their shared interests and personal relationships. Lastly, your council can create goodwill and establish a list of prospective members through its hospitality activities. Support new parishioners and make them feel welcome. Congratulate parents whose children have received their first communion or confirmation. Send a gift to couples who were recently married in your church. To recruit prospective members, always use a personal approach. Follow up and contact them within 48 hours after a church drive or open house. Invite men to attend the council's upcoming activities and service projects. When they have a good fraternal experience, they will be excited to join your council. Remember, recruitment is not about completing a transaction. It's about building a relationship. Joining the Knights of Columbus is life-changing for the man who joins. But most importantly, it is life-changing for all those he serves through his charitable service. The need is great. The time is now to bring new and enthusiastic members into our ranks. Never forget, as the Supreme Knight has reminded us, it is our moral obligation to make sure every eligible Catholic man is given the opportunity to join the Knights of Columbus. You simply have to ask him.